Higa filed a motion to get this shit tossed out on the TCPA. Basically, not only to get it tossed out, but to toss out Adrianah Lee's evidence, okay? So here is the ruling on what the judge thought about the evidence that Adrianah Lee submitted, okay? And this is relatively fresh. It's 11/13, but I think it didn't hit the docket until yesterday or today. You know, me, I can get stuff pretty goddamn fast with this lawsuit. They ain't blocked me yet. So what does it say, guys? What does it say? What does it say? What does it say? What does it say? On November 6, 2023, the court heard defendant Maya Higa's, is it Maya MF Higa? Maya F Higa, you know, the F stands for phenomenal, you know, some Lil Wayne shit. Objection to Adrianah Lee's TCPA evidence. The court has considered the evidence, the objections, and the arguments of counsel and makes the following rulings. This ruling came back fast because they typically have 28 days. They had the hearing on the 6th, and what is it? What's the 13th? A week later, we already have some. Exhibit A, you know, where this is from her statement. She was like, later, I received notice from acquaintance Jacob Morris stating that, you know, he was at Ms. Gift's home when Joe Fabiano, David Mitch Jones, and Maya Higa returned the day described as having bailed Slick out. Well, the judge was like, this is hearsay. You know why it's hearsay? Because she got the information from Jacob Morris. Jacob Morris told her, as opposed to Adrianah Lee was there. She would have needed a sworn statement from Jacob Morris corroborating this. Without that, it's hearsay. So that is just, it's just one, that's one L. Okay, what's the next one? Objection to the statement, you know, in the same telephone conversation, Joe Fabiano, who I am personally familiar with, have considered a friend and to be clearly heard to additionally say that it was basically Maya Higa gaslighting Adrianah Lee the whole time, basically saying, are you sure Slick would do this? This is the leaked phone call, right? This is the leaked phone call. In the same telephone conversation, Joe Fabiano said this. You can't put what Joe Fabiano said if you didn't hear it. You wasn't there. She basically going off the phone call, and the judge was like, sorry, we Maya Higa. The judge may be Treyway too. Nah, think about it. The judge like, yeah, we support the animals over here. You know what I'm saying? So we 0 for 2 for Adrianah Lee. What? 2-0 if you Maya Higa fan. You like, Jesus. Now, this is the Trainwrecks tweets. Remember all the stuff that, you know, generated from Trainwrecks tweeting about, you know, the possible cover-up or whatever he said. Well, this shit, do we got a sworn statement from him? No. Will we ever get a sworn statement from him? No. So guess what? All that shit that generated from his tweet, yeah, that shit's out of there. Okay, that shit's going. Okay, what's the next one? Now this came from someone who submitted a sworn statement. I forget his name, but he was there witnessing everything. He was there during the whole debacle. I posted his statement. I think his name may be Kevin or something. You know, he said that Maya Higa was proofreading and reviewing and questioning that, you know, if it was the truth that Adrianah Lee's tweet longer. Maya even asked if that really happened, etc., etc. You know, Higa made several comments to Adrianah, such as, think of the implications this may cause, think of the implications that come with this. Adrianah didn't want to downplay it, but Maya Higa was such a large influencer. The tweet was not fully written out and everything had happened. Okay, so the judge overruled it, which means this stays in as the evidence that the judge will consider for making their decision. Now, this was the girlfriend of some former Mario Kart player. It escapes me, guys. All of it is listed, though, on my channel. All of the statements, everything, okay? People, I see we got some men's kids in the country. These are brand new court docs, by the way. And, you know, hey, Ryan woke up to several text messages. So Ryan is her ex-boyfriend, woke up to several messages from a group chat that had been created by everyone that lived in his household. In that group chat was Nick, Ms. Kiff's manager, Ms. Kiff, Maya Higa, Ryan Reeves, Russell Comedy, Crazy Slick, and Mitch Jones. You know, they were concerned that a girl was about to post a tweet about Jake/Crazy Slick being accused of SA. My boyfriend was telling me everything that was being said in the chat, which means hearsay, because she didn't see it. She wasn't a part of the chat. So Maya Higa was like, yeah, you can get her get that statement out of there. So they got it out of there. And this is signed. And now what you're about to see is how the judge ruled in Maya Higa's case and whether she's going to stay in out the lawsuit. Now, look, when I'm reading this shit, I'm like, as soon as I saw this order granting defendant Maya Higa's TCA motion to dismiss, I was like, oh, it's game over. It's checkmate, bitch, for Adrianah Lee. But you know, Adrianah Lee is like,
city girls are down. City girls down. Wee woo, down bad.
And Adrianah Lee is down bad. Okay. So what happened, right? They had the hearing on the 6th. Okay. Hearing on the 6th. Miz didn't show up. Maya Higa had to feed the animals. Adrianah Lee, she had to film some, NSFW content for her donos. And what does it say? What does it say? Right here, defendant Maya Higa's reply in support of her TCA motion to dismiss. The pleadings and evidence on file and the arguments of counsel. The court is in the opinion the motion should be granted. I mean, what do we do? What do we do? Checkmate, bitch. What we want to drop some bombs. We want to drop some bombs on her, like some. Oh shit! I don't. Where are my bombs? I didn't lost my bombs. So wee woo. I know the wee woo is crazy, right? The wee woo is crazy. But let's keep going. What did the judge say? Okay, because based on what the judge say, you can kind of see maybe where Maya Higa or Ms. Kiff is going to go with it, right? You like, where is Ms. Kiff going to go with this? I am okay. So let's keep going down. What does it say? Hey, this plaintiff's remaining causes of action against defendant Maya Higa are defamation and intentional infliction of emotional distress based on the statement made on September 10th, 2021, even though this is way beyond the statute of limitations, which miraculously didn't come up. Miz said the whole no big deal. And you guys remember this video. I got it right here, right?
Worst comes to worst of it, it's fucking like sexual harassment, right? I mean, like, no one, of what you can deem of it, it's sexual harassment, whatever. At a low scale, it's not really a big deal. I don't think people really gave a shit.
This is Miz. That's Ms. Kiff saying, no big deal. Okay. And then you have the grope and sear. You know, the only time I ever did not want to hang out with Adrianah is when we went to 6th Street and she was grope and sear and it was very effing weird. So we stopped hanging out with her. And that was it. Now, this is the court. This is completely new. All right. The court finds that plaintiff Adrianah Lee did not establish by clear and specific evidence a prima facie case for each essential element of her defamation claims as to defendant Maya Higa as to the foregoing September 10th and September 23rd statement. All right, cool. You like, all right, we out of here. We good. The court further finds that Adrianah Lee cannot establish a clear and specific evidence in prima facie case for her intentional infliction of emotional distress. So we 2 for 2. If you Maya Higa, you like shit. We up. We in the club. We should be popping bottles. But we have to go down further, right? What is this? This is arguably one of the most important parts. It is therefore ordered and adjudged that defendant Maya Higa's motion is hereby granted as to plaintiff's defamation claim against defendant Maya Higa regarding the September 10th and September 23rd, 22 statement. And that claim is dismissed with prejudice. Prejudice means Adrianah can never go after Maya Higa again with those 2 statements. Now, why they gave her credit for it being in September 2022 is a little reachy, but it is what it is. But Maya Higa has won, guys. She's off the whatchamacallit. All right, so she beat the defamation claim. What about the intentional infliction of emotional distress? Well, it is the same thing. Same thing. Dismissed with prejudice. Now, here's the kicker, right? Here's the kicker. It is further ordered in a judge that defendant Maya Higa has the right to seek attorney fees regarding the motion and may do in a separate motion for attorney fees that can be set to the central docket before any judge. So how much money do you think Maya Higa spent on attorney fees? And it's signed, sealed, and delivered. Karen Crump. You know, it's interesting because this is a woman, right? Karen Crump. 80K? No way. If Maya Higa, who pretty much came with the cookie cutter carbon copy version of OTK's legal defense, cost 80K, they may be running the numbers up. They may be running the numbers up. So she's off the case. She's out of here. So and bankruptcy cannot save Adrianah Lee from them legal fees. She'll be paying them. She'll be paying them. So what do you guys think of Adrianah Lee going after Maya motherfucking Higa and basically losing on all counts? All counts. Now the crazy thing is, Maya Higa never folded. She didn't waver. She didn't stutter. She didn't sidestep. She just stayed firm on her square. And I need the soundbite. There's so much stuff I'm missing, but so little time I'll be having. What do you guys think? Big win or big loss? Now I have to take a small